Okay, so this is your assignment today for math. By now, you should have already watched the videos for this lesson on the slide that was before this. And so this right here is your assignment. I'm going to go ahead and do number 1 through 5, the guided practice. And then you guys are going to do numbers 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you want for extra practice, you can do the back side of the page, which is page 12. There's some different word problems there. And then if you want extra practice, you can also do pages 13 and 14, which are the homework pages. So that's up to you. But for today, to get credit for today's assignment, it would just be numbers 6 through 10 on page 11. So you guys have this in your workbook. And like I said before this, you should have watched the video that was on the previous slide. So in order to do these, I'm going to be using my place value chart, and you guys can find that in today's slides. Okay. And I put those right here, so I just made it side by side. So for the guided practice, number 1 says, write the number, and there's this big number, in expanded form. So as you know, expanded form is the one with all the zeros. So we're going to go ahead and just to say this number, I'm going to use my place value chart. So I know that saying big numbers is something that's hard for some of us. So always use your place value chart. It'll help you to say numbers up better, easier. So here we're going to put that number into the place value chart. So I'm going to put, okay, so I went ahead and put that number here in the place value chart. So as I can see, it's in the millions period. So I have 16 million. And one thing that I wanted to point out about saying numbers is that you always only have to say 3 numbers at a time. So here we want to separate them by the periods. So here in the millions period, it's 16. So I know I can say 16. It's 16 million. And then here in the thousands, we have 107. So we have 107, which we know how to say. So 107, it's in the thousands period. So 107,000, and then 320. So 16,107,320. So it said, write the numbers 16,107,320 in expanded form. So I'm going to get my text box here. Okay, so now I just have to look at my place value chart. And the 1 is in the 10 millions. So that's just 1 10 million, so 10 million. Plus, and then again, always use the place value chart. I know that when we practice saying numbers in class, every time we write a number, we say ones, tens, and you can see my little clicker. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions. So am I in the right place, in the 10 millions place? Yes, I can see that on my place value chart. So if you need to do that, you can do that every time. So then next we have the digit 6, and that's in the millions place. So 6 millions is 6 million. So 6, and then I double check. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, excuse me, 100,000s, millions. So there's millions, that's 6 million. Yes, we're good with that. The next digit is a 1, and it's in the 100,000s place. So 100,000 is 100,000. So 100,000. 100,000. Move that up here. Plus, the next one is a 0, and we don't need to represent that 0. It would just be a 0, so we don't need to put it in the expanded form. It's just a placeholder to show us that there are no 10,000s in this number. Here, 7 is in the thousands place. That would have a value of 7,000. Again, we can make sure. Did we really write 7,000? Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. Yes, 7,000s. And then the 3 is in the hundreds place, which has a value of 300. Plus 2 in the tens place has a value of 20. plus, or the 0 in the ones place, we don't have to put that. So it already shows that there are no ones. So this is expanded form for that number. Again, we used our place value chart to help us to know what place value it's in and also to know the value of each number. So if you need to do that, that's perfectly fine. Here, the next one says, what is the value of the number of the 5 in, and then it has that big number. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer that number into my place value chart to help me out. Okay, so now I have that number here in my place value chart ready to go. So now it's going to help me to say that number out loud. So we have, again, I just group them by their period. So this number here, a 3, 5, and a 6 is 356. But it's in the millions period, so I have to say the millions. So 356 million, and then here I have 39, just the number 39. I always look at it just by the 3 numbers in each period. 39, but I know that's thousand, so 39,000, and then 763. I could say that number easily. So to put it all together, we have 356,763. So that just helped me to say that number out loud. And then it wants to know what is the value of the 5. So I'm going to look at the 5. So 5, I just have to ask myself one question. What place value is it in? So 5 is in the 10 millions. So if I have 5 10 millions, so if we have 5 10 millions, then that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That's 50 million. So that's what we would put right there. And to help me know how to write 50 million, I'm going to put 50. And then that's 50,000, and I could double check ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. That's just 50,000. So let's put another period there. So now we have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions. So that was 5 10 millions, which is 50 million. Again, you can even put a 5 here, or you can leave your 5 there, and then the rest becomes zeros. So we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros. And let's just check our work real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros. So we are right. We put the 5 in the right place. We have the right number. Now on to number 3. During a recent 10 years, and then it has a big number again. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the place value chart. Okay, so now that number is in the place value chart, and now I can actually say it out loud. So again, I'm doing it by the period, so just by 3 numbers at a time. So this is 808, this one is 715, and this is 710. So if I put that all together, every time that there's a comma, I need to say what period that's in. So I have 808,715,710. Okay, so now I can say that over here. During a recent 10 years, 808,715,710 fans attended Major League Baseball games. What digit is in the 10 millions place in 808,715,710? So with the place value chart, makes it so much easier. It wanted the 10 millions place. We go over here, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions. So what digit is in the 10 millions place? It's a 0. So that's all I have to put. 0 goes there. And we're done with that one. So now on to number 4. Write the number, and then it says, again, if I need help saying this number, I just do my place value. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions. So if I have 7 10 millions, it's 70 million. So 70 million plus 400,000 plus 10,000 plus 8,000 plus 500 plus 30 plus 9 in word form and standard form. So I have my place value chart over here, and I went ahead and emptied it. So now I have, I could just put these numbers in. So for this one, I'm going to go start backwards. So here we just have the 9. So I'm just going to put the 9 in there in the ones place. And then it has a 30, so I know that that 3 is in the tens place. And then going backwards, it's 500, so 5 in the hundreds place. And then we have 8,000, so that's 8 in the thousands place. And then we have 10,000, so it'll be a 1 10,000 right there. And then 400,000, so I'm going to go to the 100,000s and put a 4. And then we have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions. So it's 70 million. So if it's in the, that 7 is in the 10 millions place, so I'm going to go ahead and put that there. Now, you'll notice that we have no number for the millions, and we need a digit there. So even if there are none, we still need to have a number. And the number that represents having none is 0. So we need that 0 there. That way it keeps the place and says there are no millions there, because if not, the numbers would get squished together and it would make a completely different number, and that's not the same, it won't be the same value. So we need to keep that 0 there to hold the place of the millions place, to let us know that there are no millions. So here my number is completed. So we have 70, right? Just the number 70. It's in the millions. So 70,418,539. So to write that in standard form, I already have it here on my place value chart. That's why the place value chart is so awesome. So now we're going to go ahead and put that there. We've already done the work. So we have 70,418,539. So that's that one. And then it also wanted it in word form though. So again, as I'm saying it, that's how I'm going to type it. So we have 70 million 418,539. And that's that number here. So we have 70,418,539. So notice that there are no ands in this number. We don't put the word and in a number unless we're doing decimals, which we'll get to later on in the year. But for right now, it's just 70,418,539. So that answers that question for us here. And now on to the last one. It says, what is the least 10-digit whole number? Write the number in word form and in standard, in word form and in standard form. So the least 10-digit whole number. So we want 10 digits. I'm going to go ahead and empty my place value chart. Okay, so now that it's empty, we can go ahead and try to find the least 10-digit whole number. So what I was first thinking was, what's the least number there is? What's the smallest digit that there is? That would be 0, right? But if there were 10 zeros, that would just be 0. It wouldn't be a 10-digit whole number. So we also need to first say, okay, there are going to be 10 digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have the 10, so it's going to go up to the billions. So what's the least amount that we can have, but we have to have at least 1 billion, because it can't be a 0 here or else that number wouldn't have anything after it. So we need to have a number here, and it can't be 0 because then that number would just be in the 100 millions place. So we need this one to at least be a 1, and that's the smallest number besides 0. And then from there, we can go ahead and just put zeros here. If we put a 1 there, we would have like 1,100,000 something thousand. So we don't, but if we want nothing there, we want the smallest 10-digit whole number. So we can put zeros instead now. And then we can just keep putting zeros there. Oh. So here, now that I put all the zeros in there, we have the number just 1 billion. But do you guys see how we needed a number here in order to say that this is at least 1 billion? If we started with a 0 here, then it wouldn't even go up to the billions, because that 0 would say that there are no billions, so we wouldn't even look at that. We would have a number that just goes up to the 100 millions place. So because we have the billions here, we want the rest of these to be small, small, small numbers, and the smallest digit that we can get is a 0. So the smallest 10-digit whole number would be 1 billion. Like if we put a number anywhere in here, that number would just get higher and higher. So we don't want that. We'll keep it like this. It's the smallest 10-digit whole number. And now it wants us to write the number in word form and in standard form. So we've already written it in standard form, thanks to our place value chart. That would be 1 billion. And there can only be 3 numbers in each period. So that's why we're separating. It's like 3 numbers and a comma, 3 numbers and a comma. So we have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, and billions. And I would not know that if I did not have my place value chart here. So please, please, please use your place value chart to help you. You can use it anytime that you need to. You can always go back to this place value chart and use that to help you. You can print this out to help you, and you could write your numbers in there. You can print it out, and then you can also write it down in your notebook if you need to. So that way you always have one. It's up to you. Whatever you can do, I think this is very helpful. So I hope that helps you. So now looking at your work here, the independent practice, we have write the number in word form and in standard form. So up here, we already wrote numbers down in word form and in standard form when they gave it to us in expanded notation, expanded form. So again, we use our place value chart for that one. Go ahead and do that. And then it says for 7 and 8, write the number in expanded form. We did that here. Again, we used our place value chart. We put the numbers in there, and then we were able to do that. And then in 9 and 10, it says to write the value of the red digit in each number. So we did that one here on number 3. It just wanted what digit is in the 10 millions place. And that was a 0. Here, it wants the value of the red digit. So here we would say, okay, the 1 is in what place? You transfer it to your place value chart, and then you see which column it's in, and then that'll tell you what the value of that number is. So remember just one thing. If there is a 2 here, for example, the 2 that's right here, that's not just a 2, right? And it's not 20, and it doesn't mean that it's just 2. It doesn't mean that it's 20. It doesn't mean that it's 2 million. This 2 right here means that because it's in the hundreds place, it's 200. That's the value, is 200. So it all depends on what place value it's in, which is why your place value chart is going to help. So that should get you through those questions. Those are all you have to do. If you want extra practice, you can go to the next pages if you want, okay? But it's not mandatory. And then once you're done, just go back to this to give it a check to show that you are done with your math work, okay? And then what you are going to do also is once you're done with the page, you can take a picture. So what you're going to do is you can put insert, and then you can put image, and then camera. And what that'll do is it'll pop up your camera, and you can take a picture of the worksheet. You can also get it to me in Class Dojo. So you can take your phone, take a picture of your work and then send it to me like that, okay? So if you have any questions, just let me know, okay? Bye-bye.